There are so many things that you probably either have in place or you should maybe think about. One of them is, we're starting at the frog and playing to the middle with this stroke. This is how I want you to do it. And when you're at the frog, it's important to have some pronation there, as well as, definitely at the tip. You don't play at the tip like this. That would put a lot of strain on your wrist. So here's an interesting example of what I want you to think about. Just kind of hang your hand. Actually, pretend you're playing the piano. And now turn your hands like that. That's pronating them. So get back to sort of playing the piano, pronate. Okay, now I want you to use your elbows I want your elbows to move so that your hands will pronate like this. Okay, so this is different from just turning the knob. Okay, so we need the elbow to be slightly higher so that there's not excessive strain here, or any strain there. Let's try that on the cello. So we're going to put the bow at the frog on the string, hold with the left hand too. Okay, so this would be kind of playing the piano, and this would be letting the elbow come up just a little bit to allow the hand to pronate. Okay, it wouldn't be just putting your hand there and turning like that and got strain and a little bit low elbow. Okay, now if you have long arms, your elbows might look low anyway, but I think it's important to go from this piano position to that. All right, so pronating is important for a lot of reasons, primarily so that we can pour some weight into the bow from the middle to the tip especially. So, it's, you can play here without being pronated, but we don't, I don't know. We do that sometimes. Okay, there's always exceptions to every rule. Anyhow, let's try, I want you to try holding your bow with your left hand with a hook around your fingers, like fingers 1 and thumb and 3, and thumb and, that's piano, thumb and 2 and cello, and see if you can practice going out in from the frog to the middle, imagining that elbow feels like it's kicking out. Okay, so you should have been practicing all this already, and when we try it with 2 hands, it also makes us not squeeze. Okay, and what I want you to do now in this video is use your metronome set to 80, and you're going to listen for every other click so that you know that you're using a fast bow speed. And then you're resting on the second click. And by resting, you want to check that you're really balanced and relaxed. So like this. Oh, sorry. Try for without the left hand. Okay, you don't want it to turn into a legato, or something like a legato, which you think you're stopping, but the bow speed's too slow. Okay, I don't know if you've noticed, you might be having trouble getting the up bows to start clearly. So again, pushing out like that, getting the elbow to come up a little bit higher than it was when it was over here, that helps you get a little bit of weight into the bow right there. And if you can try this again, push down just a tiny bit with your finger here, and then let the bow pop up like that. Okay, so you're going to work up to 100 just on open strings, of course. Choose some mixture of combinations. I'll do a higher speed. I'll do sort of 88, and I'm going to choose 5 open string notes. Okay, if you are at the middle and you're dropping to a lower string, that's where you can really notice you're dropping from one shelf to another shelf, or one bow string level to another. Dropping at the frog is not so obvious. Dropping out here is more. Dropping from the tip is really obvious, but we're not going out there. So once you're up to 100 and you can do that, and it's very easy, you have a good sound and you feel like, wow, I've got the hang of this thing, then I would have as your goal to just do it with one hand.